She was ignored in the rescue plan, until the drone footage showed her shielding a child. She wasn't on the rescue team. She wasn't even in the room when the plan was made. But when a missing soldier regained consciousness in enemy territory, there was only one person he trusted: her. Not the captain, not the squad leader. Her. He sent his GPS coordinates directly to her private channel. And while the others scrambled, she was already mobilizing medics, redirecting drones, and rerouting the team. By the time they arrived, she had the safe zone marked and an evac route secured. The woman they overlooked became the only one he counted on. From which corner of the world are you watching this video today? If you appreciate stories about trust, quick thinking under pressure, and proving that leadership comes from character rather than rank, consider subscribing for more content that celebrates those who earn respect through action rather than authority. The harsh afternoon sun beat down on Forward Operating Base Vanguard as Staff Sergeant Elena Rodriguez finished her routine patrol debrief in the intelligence section at 1,430 hours. The desert compound's operational tempo remained high as coalition forces conducted continuous operations against insurgent networks throughout the region, but Rodriguez found herself increasingly assigned to support duties rather than direct operational roles. Her position as cultural liaison and community relations specialist kept her connected to local populations, but often excluded from tactical planning sessions where rescue operations and combat missions were coordinated. Cultural assessment complete. She reported to Major Patricia Kim, the intelligence officer responsible for coordinating civilian military operations in the area. Rodriguez had spent the morning visiting local villages to assess the humanitarian situation and gather intelligence about insurgent activity affecting civilian populations. Major Kim reviewed Rodriguez's comprehensive report while managing multiple ongoing operations from her position in the bustling intelligence center. Good work on the village assessments, Rodriguez. Your community connections continue to provide valuable intelligence about insurgent movements and civilian concerns. Rodriguez appreciated the recognition while feeling frustrated by her exclusion from tactical operations where her language skills and cultural knowledge could contribute to mission effectiveness. Ma'am, the village elders mentioned increased insurgent activity in the northern sectors. They're concerned about potential operations that might affect civilian areas. I'll include that in the intelligence briefing, Major Kim replied, already turning her attention to urgent tactical communications from units operating throughout the region. Continue monitoring civilian concerns and maintain your community liaison activities. As Rodriguez prepared to leave the intelligence section, urgent communications began flooding the operations center about a missing soldier situation that was rapidly escalating into a major search and rescue operation. Staff Sergeant Michael Torres, a medic who had been conducting humanitarian operations in remote villages, had failed to check in from his scheduled patrol and was now considered missing in action. All available units, this is base operations, came the urgent announcement over the compound's communication system. We have a missing soldier situation developing in Sector 7 Alpha. All personnel with operational capabilities report to the Tactical Operations Center immediately. Rodriguez listened to the announcement while understanding that her exclusion from tactical operations meant she wouldn't be included in the rescue planning, despite her extensive knowledge of the area where Torres had gone missing. Her frustration with institutional barriers was overshadowed by concern for Torres, whom she had worked with extensively during humanitarian missions. The Tactical Operations Center filled quickly with combat-experienced officers and senior non-commissioned officers who would plan and execute the search and rescue operation. Rodriguez watched from the intelligence section as tactical planners studied maps and coordinated resources for what promised to be a complex operation in hostile territory. Rescue planning meeting, restricted access, announced Captain David Martinez, the operations officer responsible for coordinating the search effort. Only personnel with direct operational roles. Rodriguez felt the familiar sting of exclusion as senior leadership gathered to plan an operation in an area where she had conducted extensive community liaison work and developed relationships that could prove crucial for rescue success. Her cultural knowledge and local contacts were being overlooked in favor of conventional tactical approaches. Elena, I know you want to help with the rescue planning, Major Kim observed as Rodriguez watched the tactical briefing begin. But rescue operations require specialized tactical expertise that's outside your current responsibilities. Understood, ma'am, Rodriguez replied. Though she knew her community connections and cultural knowledge could provide intelligence that tactical planners might miss. I'll continue monitoring civilian communications for any information that might be relevant. The rescue planning session continued for over 2 hours as tactical officers developed search patterns and coordination procedures for what they estimated would be a multi-day operation in challenging terrain. Rodriguez monitored community communications while feeling increasingly concerned about approaches that might not account for local cultural factors and civilian considerations. Primary search area established, Captain Martinez announced as the planning session concluded. All tactical elements will deploy at 0600 tomorrow to begin systematic search operations. Rodriguez studied the planned search areas while recognizing that they didn't include several remote villages where Torres had been conducting humanitarian work. Her community contacts had mentioned his plans to visit areas that weren't included in the official tactical search pattern. That evening, as Rodriguez monitored community communications from her quarters, she received an unexpected private message on a secure frequency that Torres had used for coordinating humanitarian operations with civilian contacts. "Elena, this is Mike," came the weak but unmistakable voice of Staff Sergeant Torres over the emergency communication channel they had established for humanitarian coordination. "I'm in bad shape, but conscious. GPS coordinates follow: 33.2547 degrees north, 69.158 degrees east. Can't reach tactical frequencies. Need immediate medical evacuation." Rodriguez felt adrenaline surge through her system as she realized Torres was alive, but injured and unable to communicate through normal tactical channels. His decision to contact her rather than tactical operations indicated both trust in her capabilities and possibly damage to his standard communication equipment. "Mike, I copy your transmission and coordinates," she responded immediately while plotting his location on detailed maps. "What's your medical status and tactical situation?" "Possible concussion, definite leg fracture, intermittent consciousness," Torres reported, his voice reflecting pain and exhaustion. "Civilian area, non-hostile, but need evacuation soon. Can't move independently." Rodriguez realized that Torres was in a village area that had been excluded from the official search pattern, explaining why tactical search operations hadn't located him. His position required immediate response, but her exclusion from rescue operations meant she had no direct authority to coordinate official rescue assets. "Mike, maintain position and conserve battery power," she instructed while rapidly developing response options. "I'm coordinating immediate support for your location." Rather than wait for official authorization that might be delayed by bureaucratic procedures, Rodriguez immediately began coordinating unofficial rescue support using her community connections and personal relationships with support personnel throughout the base. "Base Medical, this is Rodriguez," she transmitted on the medical coordination frequency. "I have GPS coordinates for missing personnel requiring immediate medical evacuation. Dispatching location data now." Sergeant First Class Lisa Chun, the senior medic on duty, responded immediately. "Rodriguez, we don't have official authorization for medical evacuation. This needs to go through tactical operations." "Sergeant Chun, the missing soldier is conscious and providing coordinates directly," Rodriguez explained while transmitting Torres' location data. "Medical evacuation authorization should be immediate for confirmed personnel recovery." Her argument was technically correct. Medical evacuation for confirmed coalition personnel shouldn't require extensive tactical authorization, but her exclusion from rescue operations meant she was operating outside normal command channels. "I'll prep medical evacuation assets," Chun decided after brief consideration. "But this needs immediate tactical coordination." Rodriguez simultaneously contacted base drone operations using her community liaison authority to request surveillance of Torres' location and surrounding areas for tactical assessment and medical evacuation support. "Drone operations, this is Rodriguez," she transmitted on the surveillance coordination frequency, requesting immediate overhead surveillance for medical evacuation support. Coordinates transmitted on secure channel. Technical Sergeant Mark Johnson, the drone operations coordinator, responded with professional efficiency. "Rodriguez, deploying surveillance drone immediately, estimated overhead in 8 minutes. Her parallel coordination of medical and surveillance assets demonstrated initiative that bypassed normal tactical command procedures but achieved immediate response for time-critical personnel recovery. Rodriguez was effectively coordinating rescue operations while remaining excluded from official planning. Medical evacuation assets airborne, Sergeant Chun reported. Estimated arrival at coordinates in 15 minutes. Surveillance drone on station. Technical Sergeant Johnson confirmed. Visual confirmation of coalition personnel at coordinates provided. Individual appears injured but alert. Rodriguez felt relief at confirmation of Torres' status, while maintaining coordination of rescue assets that were now converging on his location without official tactical command authorization. Her initiative was achieving results that traditional rescue planning had missed. Mike, medical evacuation inbound to your position, she transmitted to Torres. Drone surveillance confirms your location. Remain visible for helicopter identification. Elena, I see the drone overhead. Torres responded weakly. Medical evacuation required immediately. Losing consciousness intermittently. The rescue coordination Rodriguez had initiated was proceeding successfully, but she realized that official tactical command was probably becoming aware of ongoing operations that they hadn't authorized. Her initiative in coordinating rescue assets could result in disciplinary action despite achieving successful personnel recovery. All stations, this is base operations, came the announcement that Rodriguez had been expecting. Unauthorized aircraft operations reported in Sector 7 Alpha. All tactical elements report status immediately. Major Kim appeared at Rodriguez's workstation with an expression that mixed concern with professional interest. Elena, are you coordinating unauthorized rescue operations? Ma'am, I received direct communication from missing personnel providing GPS coordinates and requesting medical evacuation, Rodriguez explained while maintaining coordination of ongoing rescue operations. I coordinated immediate medical response using established emergency procedures. You're not authorized to coordinate tactical operations, Major Kim observed, though her tone suggested professional curiosity rather than immediate disciplinary concern. How did you achieve medical evacuation coordination so rapidly? Ma'am, I used Community Liaison Authority to request surveillance support and Medical Coordination Authority to request evacuation assets, Rodriguez explained. The coordination was technically within established emergency response procedures. Her explanation was accurate. She had used legitimate authorities creatively to achieve rapid response that official tactical planning hadn't accomplished. The innovation demonstrated initiative that achieved mission success while technically operating within established parameters. Medical evacuation successful, came the report from Sergeant Chun. Personnel recovered with injuries consistent with reported status. Patient stable and en route to medical treatment facilities. The successful rescue validated Rodriguez's initiative while creating institutional recognition that her excluded status had nearly prevented effective response to a time-critical situation. Her community knowledge and liaison relationships had proven essential for successful personnel recovery. Rodriguez, report to the Tactical Operations Center immediately, Captain Martinez announced over the communication system. Commander wants immediate debrief on rescue coordination. Rodriguez gathered her documentation and prepared for what could be either recognition for successful initiative or disciplinary action for exceeding authorized responsibilities. Her coordination had achieved successful rescue, but through methods that challenged established tactical command procedures. The Tactical Operations Center was filled with senior officers who were studying the rescue operation that Rodriguez had coordinated independently of official planning. Colonel James Morrison, the base commander, reviewed her coordination timeline with obvious professional interest. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez, explain how you achieved personnel recovery coordination that our official search operations had missed. Colonel Morrison requested with the focused attention of a commander whose assumptions about tactical coordination had been challenged by effective results. Rodriguez presented her coordination methodology while emphasizing her use of legitimate authorities and established emergency procedures. Sir, I received direct communication from missing personnel and coordinated immediate response using community liaison and medical coordination authorities. The response was technically within established emergency procedures. Your coordination achieved personnel recovery in under 30 minutes, Colonel Morrison observed. Our official search operation was estimating multi-day efforts in much larger search areas. Sir, community liaison work provided knowledge of areas where missing personnel had been conducting humanitarian operations, Rodriguez explained. Local cultural factors and civilian connections proved relevant for understanding likely locations and rapid response coordination. The briefing continued for over an hour as senior leadership examined Rodriguez's coordination methods and compared them to conventional tactical planning approaches. Her success had demonstrated capabilities that institutional structures had failed to recognize or utilize effectively. Rodriguez, your initiative probably saved Staff Sergeant Torres' life, Colonel Morrison concluded. But your coordination methods challenged established command procedures in ways that require institutional evaluation. Rodriguez felt both pride in successful rescue coordination and apprehension about potential consequences for exceeding conventional authority boundaries. Sir, I understand that my coordination methods were unconventional, but time-critical personnel recovery seemed to require immediate response rather than extended procedural coordination. I'm not criticizing your initiative, Colonel Morrison clarified. I'm questioning institutional procedures that nearly prevented effective rescue coordination by excluding relevant expertise and cultural knowledge. The comment reflected institutional recognition that Rodriguez's exclusion from tactical planning had created barriers to effective mission accomplishment. Her success was challenging assumptions about tactical coordination and community liaison roles. Over the following days, Rodriguez found herself increasingly involved in tactical planning as senior leadership recognized that her community connections and cultural knowledge provided capabilities that conventional tactical approaches had overlooked. Her rescue coordination had demonstrated expertise that extended beyond traditional liaison responsibilities. Elena, I want to discuss your role in tactical operations, Colonel Morrison said during a private meeting in his office. Your rescue coordination demonstrated capabilities that we've been underutilizing through conventional role definitions. Rodriguez considered the colonel's observation carefully. Sir, community liaison work provides perspective on civilian factors and local knowledge that can enhance tactical effectiveness when properly integrated with operational planning. I'm recommending you for advanced tactical training and expanded operational responsibilities. Your cultural expertise combined with demonstrated coordination capabilities are too valuable to limit to traditional liaison duties alone. The recommendation represented both recognition of her demonstrated capabilities and opportunity for expanded tactical responsibilities, but Rodriguez felt committed to ensuring that community liaison specialists throughout the military received recognition for their potential tactical contributions. Sir, I appreciate the opportunity, but I'd like to request assignment to develop enhanced training programs that integrate community liaison capabilities with tactical operations. The cultural knowledge that proved valuable during rescue coordination could benefit other specialists facing similar operational challenges. Colonel Morrison smiled at Rodriguez's response. That's exactly the kind of thinking that makes you valuable, Rodriguez. You understand that individual success should contribute to broader institutional capability rather than just personal advancement. The solution involved Rodriguez accepting expanded responsibilities that combined tactical operations with development of enhanced community liaison training programs. Her rescue coordination breakthrough became the foundation for improved integration of cultural specialists with tactical operations throughout the military. The fundamental principle, Rodriguez explained to new community liaison specialists during training sessions, is that effective cultural liaison requires understanding how local knowledge contributes to tactical success rather than just maintaining civilian relationships. Her training emphasized the tactical awareness and coordination capabilities that had made her rescue efforts so effective. Students learned to integrate cultural knowledge with tactical planning, coordinate with operational elements, and provide community intelligence that could enhance mission effectiveness. Remember, she continued during training sessions, your mission extends beyond maintaining civilian relationships to providing cultural intelligence that enables tactical success. Understanding operational requirements makes you a more effective community liaison specialist. The program Rodriguez developed became a model for community liaison training throughout the military. Her methods combined traditional cultural education with tactical training that enabled liaison specialists to contribute operational intelligence and coordination capabilities during complex missions. Months later, as Rodriguez prepared for assignment to advanced tactical school while maintaining her community liaison training responsibilities, she reflected on how dramatically her understanding of military service had evolved. The staff sergeant who had been excluded from rescue planning had become a recognized expert whose methods were influencing how the military approached cultural liaison integration with tactical operations. "You know," Major Kim observed during one of their regular coordination meetings, "you've demonstrated that community liaison specialists can provide tactical capabilities that significantly enhance operational effectiveness when properly integrated with tactical planning." Rodriguez nodded, understanding that her experience represented broader principles about cultural expertise and tactical integration. "Ma'am, I think the key is recognizing that cultural knowledge can provide tactical advantages when liaison specialists understand how their expertise contributes to operational success." The transformation of community liaison procedures at FOB Vanguard became a model studied throughout military cultural specialist organizations worldwide. Rodriguez's innovations in tactical coordination and cultural integration were incorporated into standard training programs at installations facing similar operational challenges across multiple theaters. What began as one specialist's initiative during a rescue crisis has evolved into a systematic approach to enhancing cultural liaison effectiveness, observed Brigadier General Patricia Foster during a comprehensive review of cultural specialist training programs 8 months after Rodriguez's breakthrough. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez's methods have fundamentally changed how we approach cultural liaison integration with tactical operations. The institutional impact of Rodriguez's innovations extended far beyond FOB Vanguard. Military cultural specialist schools incorporated her coordination methods into curricula for future liaison personnel, emphasizing the importance of tactical understanding and operational integration in achieving cultural liaison effectiveness that could enhance mission success. Colonel Morrison, who had witnessed Rodriguez's transformation from excluded specialist to tactical coordinator, reflected on the broader implications during a staff meeting with senior leadership. The lesson extends beyond improved cultural liaison procedures. It demonstrates the critical importance of integrating cultural expertise with tactical planning rather than treating them as separate functions. The institutional changes that followed Rodriguez's success represented a fundamental shift in how military organizations approached cultural specialist training and tactical integration. Traditional military cultural education emphasized civilian relationship management and cultural awareness, but Rodriguez's example demonstrated the operational value of tactical training and coordination capabilities for cultural specialists. We almost missed recognizing her tactical potential because we focused on traditional cultural liaison duties rather than operational integration possibilities, Colonel Morrison acknowledged during discussions about cultural specialist development. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez's coordination capabilities were always present. We just needed to provide tactical training and operational opportunities for them to contribute to mission success. The conversation reflected growing institutional awareness that military operational effectiveness depended on recognizing tactical potential among cultural specialists, not just traditional tactical personnel. Rodriguez's success challenged assumptions about which military specialties could contribute tactical coordination and operational intelligence during complex missions. Meanwhile, at the U.S. Army Cultural Specialist School, Rodriguez found herself at the center of curriculum development that would influence cultural liaison training for years to come. Her practical experience in tactical coordination and cultural integration provided real-world validation for theoretical concepts that students struggled to understand without operational context. The difference between traditional cultural liaison competence and tactical integration effectiveness, she explained to a class of advanced students, is understanding how cultural knowledge supports tactical operations rather than just maintaining civilian relationships. Her teaching methodology emphasized practical tactical application over purely cultural education, using case studies from her rescue coordination experience to illustrate principles of tactical planning, operational coordination, and cultural intelligence integration. Students learned not just cultural awareness, but tactical thinking that could enhance their contribution to operational success. Cultural liaison is fundamentally about providing intelligence capabilities that enhance tactical effectiveness rather than just managing civilian relationships, Rodriguez continued during one particularly intensive training session. Cultural knowledge provides tactical advantages, but operational training determines how effectively you can contribute to complex mission success. The distinction between traditional cultural competence and tactical integration effectiveness became a central theme in the curriculum Rodriguez helped develop. Students learned that effective cultural liaison required not just cultural awareness, but tactical capabilities that could contribute operational intelligence and enhance mission effectiveness during complex operations. Captain Jennifer Martinez, who supervised Rodriguez's tactical teaching assignments, noted the exceptional quality of her integration instruction and its significant impact on student operational performance. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez's students consistently demonstrate superior tactical awareness compared to previous cultural liaison classes. She's teaching them to think tactically while maintaining cultural expertise. The documented success of Rodriguez's integration teaching methods attracted attention from military education specialists who were developing training programs for other specialist roles. Her emphasis on tactical integration provided a model that could be adapted for various military specialties requiring both technical expertise and tactical awareness. The tactical integration principle applies beyond cultural liaison specialties, observed Major David Chun, who led specialist development programs for the entire Cultural Affairs School. Any military specialty can benefit from the kind of tactical integration that Staff Sergeant Rodriguez demonstrated during her rescue coordination. The discussion reflected broader institutional interest in developing military specialists who could contribute tactically regardless of their primary specialty focus. Rodriguez's example suggested that such tactical capabilities could be developed through proper training that integrated tactical education with specialist instruction. 10 months into her assignment at Cultural Specialist School, Rodriguez received news that would test her growing expertise in entirely new operational circumstances. The Department of Defense was establishing a specialized cultural affairs unit focused on tactical integration in complex operational environments, and her name had been recommended for a leadership position. This assignment would involve developing tactical integration capabilities for cultural specialists supporting special operations forces operating in contested areas, explained Lieutenant Colonel Sarah Davidson during Rodriguez's comprehensive briefing about the opportunity. You'd be working with our most challenging cultural integration requirements and most complex tactical coordination challenges. Rodriguez considered the implications carefully. The assignment represented both recognition of her specialized expertise and an opportunity to apply her integration methods in the most demanding operational circumstances possible. But it also meant leaving the teaching position where she was training the next generation of tactically integrated cultural specialists. Ma'am, I'm honored by the opportunity, but I want to ensure my current training responsibilities are properly transitioned. The integration programs we've developed are just beginning to demonstrate their potential impact on cultural specialist effectiveness. Lieutenant Colonel Davidson smiled at Rodriguez's response. That's exactly the kind of thinking that makes you valuable for this assignment. You understand that individual tactical success should contribute to broader institutional integration capability rather than just personal career advancement. The detailed conversation continued as Davidson explained the comprehensive scope and operational requirements of the specialized position. The advanced unit would work with cultural challenges and tactical coordination requirements that push the boundaries of current specialist capabilities, requiring exactly the kind of innovative integration thinking that Rodriguez had demonstrated throughout her career. Your experience with tactical cultural coordination and your ability to train others in integration thinking make you an ideal candidate for specialist leadership, Davidson explained. We need someone who can bridge the gap between cultural expertise and tactical operational effectiveness. Rodriguez accepted the challenging assignment with the understanding that she would complete her current teaching commitments while beginning comprehensive preparation for the specialized unit. The transition period would allow her to ensure continuity in the integration training programs while developing the advanced expertise required for her expanded tactical responsibilities. The announcement of Rodriguez's selection for the specialized tactical unit created significant interest throughout the cultural specialist community. Her rapid progression from excluded liaison to advanced tactical assignments represented a new model for specialist career development that emphasized tactical integration over traditional cultural advancement criteria. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez's career trajectory demonstrates that tactical excellence can emerge from any cultural specialty if properly recognized and developed, observed Colonel Robert Kim during discussions about specialist talent identification. Her success challenges us to look for tactical potential in cultural specialties we might not have considered for operational integration applications. The conversation reflected growing institutional awareness that traditional specialist career management might miss valuable tactical capabilities that could develop in cultural liaison specialties. Rodriguez's example suggested the need for more flexible approaches to identifying and developing military tactical talent across all specialist roles. As Rodriguez prepared for her transition to the specialized tactical unit, she reflected thoughtfully on the remarkable journey that had brought her from excluded cultural liaison to the forefront of military tactical integration innovation. The coordination skills she had developed through dedicated cultural training and tactical awareness had opened professional opportunities she could never have imagined when she was first excluded from rescue planning. The key insight, she wrote in her comprehensive final report from Cultural Specialist School, is that military effectiveness depends on specialists who understand how their cultural expertise contributes to tactical success. Excellence emerges when people care enough about mission accomplishment to develop tactical capabilities beyond their basic specialist requirements. Her profound words would be quoted extensively in military specialist development programs for years to come, serving as inspiration for cultural liaison personnel who might be tempted to view their assignments as purely cultural support rather than potential tactical contributions to operational mission success. The specialized tactical unit that Rodriguez joined represented the cutting edge of military cultural integration capability, combining advanced tactical methods with innovative cultural frameworks to address the most challenging coordination requirements. Her assignment involved developing integration concepts that would influence how special operations forces approached cultural intelligence in hostile environments. Your background in tactical cultural coordination provides exactly the kind of operational foundation we need, explained Colonel Patricia Wells, who commanded the specialized unit. Too often, cultural integration gets developed without sufficient understanding of how it will be used in actual tactical operations. Rodriguez's first assignment involved evaluating cultural integration frameworks that promised revolutionary improvements in tactical coordination capability. Her responsibility was determining whether theoretical advantages would translate into practical operational benefits that could enhance mission effectiveness. The integration methods are sophisticated, she reported after comprehensive evaluation, but they require specialists who understand both cultural dynamics and tactical requirements. The most advanced cultural techniques are only as effective as the tactical understanding applied to their implementation. Her assessment led to modifications in both the integration methods and the training programs for specialists. The specialized unit learned that cultural advancement required corresponding development in tactical capabilities to achieve maximum operational effectiveness. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez's evaluation process has become our standard methodology, Colonel Wells observed during a progress review. She understands that cultural effectiveness results from optimizing the interaction between specialist expertise and tactical coordination capabilities. The success of Rodriguez's approach to integration evaluation attracted attention from research and development organizations throughout the military. Her methods for assessing tactical effectiveness provided a model that could be applied to various cultural systems under development across multiple operational domains. Months later, as the specialized unit prepared for its first operational deployment, Rodriguez found herself training teams that would use the integration methods and coordination frameworks she had helped develop. The circular nature of her career, from excluded specialist to tactical coordinator to teacher to developer to trainer, reflected the interconnected nature of military cultural development. Remember, she told the teams during their final training exercise, the most sophisticated cultural integration methods cannot replace tactical thinking and operational awareness. Your cultural expertise provides capabilities, but your tactical judgment determines how effectively those capabilities serve the mission. The deployment would test both the advanced integration systems and the training methods that Rodriguez had developed. Success would validate her approach to combining cultural expertise with tactical coordination, while failure would require fundamental reassessment of the unit's capabilities. This is the ultimate test, Colonel Wells observed as the teams prepared for deployment. We'll discover whether our combination of advanced cultural methods and enhanced tactical training produces the operational advantages we've been seeking. The deployment results exceeded all expectations. The teams successfully navigated cultural challenges and coordinated tactical operations that would have been impossible to address using traditional methods. Their success validated both the integration development process and the training methodology that Rodriguez had created. The deployment demonstrated that cultural advancement and tactical development must proceed together, Rodriguez wrote in her comprehensive after-action report. Neither alone produces maximum effectiveness, but together they create integration capabilities that surpass what either could achieve independently. Her conclusions influenced military cultural development programs for years to come, establishing principles that guided the integration of cultural expertise with tactical coordination across multiple domains of military operations. The success of the specialized unit's operational deployment created unprecedented demand for similar integration capabilities throughout the military cultural specialist community. Rodriguez found herself at the center of expansion efforts that would scale her methods across multiple theaters of operation and various types of complex cultural missions. What we've accomplished here needs to be replicated wherever our forces operate in complex cultural environments, observed General Foster during a comprehensive briefing about the unit's remarkable success. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez's approach to combining cultural expertise with tactical coordination provides a model that could revolutionize our cultural specialist capabilities across all operational domains. The expansion process required Rodriguez to develop training programs and integration procedures that could be implemented by personnel who lacked her specific background and experience in tactical cultural coordination. The challenge was maintaining the effectiveness of her methods while making them accessible to specialists with different cultural backgrounds and tactical training. The fundamental integration principles can be systematically taught, she explained during intensive planning sessions for the expansion program. But success requires comprehensive institutional commitment to developing tactical thinking and cultural expertise at all levels of specialist service. Her observation reflected the broader challenge of implementing innovative integration approaches within traditional military structures that often prioritized either cultural expertise or tactical competence separately. Individual integration excellence could demonstrate new possibilities, but institutional change required systematic modification of training curricula, evaluation procedures, and career advancement criteria. Colonel Wells, who had observed Rodriguez's remarkable development from specialist unit member to integration program developer and institutional change agent, noted the significant evolution in her understanding of organizational transformation. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez has learned that individual integration success is just the beginning of meaningful change. Creating lasting institutional impact requires fundamentally changing how military organizations think about cultural specialist development and tactical integration. The conversation took place during comprehensive preparation for Rodriguez's next assignment, leading the development of advanced cultural integration training programs that would be implemented throughout the entire military specialist community. Her progression from excluded cultural liaison to institutional change agent represented a transformation that challenged traditional assumptions about specialist career development and tactical recognition. Your unique experience provides invaluable perspective on how integration excellence develops and how it can be systematically institutionalized, Colonel Wells continued. You've experienced both the individual challenges of tactical coordination and the institutional barriers to cultural integration innovation. Rodriguez's expanded assignment involved extensive collaboration with senior military educators, policymakers, and operational commanders to develop comprehensive training programs that would enhance tactical thinking and cultural integration throughout the specialist community. Her responsibility was ensuring that the lessons learned from her own experience could benefit thousands of current and future military cultural specialists. The ultimate goal isn't just producing better cultural integration, she explained during initial planning meetings with senior leadership. The goal is developing military specialists who approach every cultural assignment with the kind of tactical awareness and coordination capabilities that can transform routine specialist duties into critical operational advantages. Her vision reflected deep understanding that military effectiveness depended not just on advanced cultural methods or sophisticated coordination procedures, but on individuals who cared deeply about tactical success and consistently sought integration solutions regardless of institutional pressure or career considerations. As Sergeant First Class Elena Rodriguez stood before the assembled military leadership receiving recognition for her transformative contributions to cultural integration and tactical coordination, she reflected on the extraordinary journey that had begun with exclusion from rescue planning in a remote desert outpost. "What you've accomplished," General Foster said during the formal ceremony, "demonstrates that tactical excellence can emerge from any cultural specialty when individuals understand how their expertise contributes to operational mission success. You've shown that cultural knowledge combined with tactical thinking can transform excluded specialists into critical operational coordinators." Rodriguez's response captured the essence of her experience and the lessons it provided for military cultural service. "General, my success resulted from opportunities to integrate culturally and institutional support for combining cultural expertise with tactical coordination requirements. Cultural excellence matters, but it reaches its full potential when combined with tactical training and operational mission focus." Her inspiring story would continue to influence future generations of military cultural specialists, demonstrating that every cultural assignment offered opportunities for tactical contribution and operational impact. The intelligence section where her journey began remained a powerful symbol of the potential that existed in every military cultural specialty for those who understood how their integration capabilities could contribute to tactical mission success. Sergeant First Class Elena Rodriguez had conclusively proved that cultural expertise combined with tactical coordination could transform any military specialty into critical operational capability. Her enduring legacy would live on in the advanced integration training programs she developed, the cultural specialists she inspired, and the fundamental understanding that military effectiveness depended on individuals who approached every cultural responsibility with tactical awareness and unwavering commitment to operational mission accomplishment.